Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everybody. We are live. It's been a while since I've been live on my own channel. Blimey, life got in the way, but I'm back. That's the point. I had fun, though. It wasn't some serious stuff. No, I was ill at the beginning of the year. I was ill last year with my accident, and so the garden was way overdue, so I had to do a lot of gardening. Busy with work. I had a lot of work to do. New collections designing, making samples, designing packaging, and preparing for Banff. So it was a lot on, so I just didn't have time. Yeah, that's how it went. And then I did the lives for Elizabeth Craft Design, so it's not that I didn't see you all, but hey, that's what happened. But I'm here. I'm back, and I'm going to have some fun. Let me see. Hi, Holly. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Linda. Hi, Nella. Vanessa is here. Robin. Hi, hi, hi. Good to see you all. Hi Angela, hi Miriam, Susanna, good to see you. Hi Robin. So yeah, I'm back. And the idea is to be back on a regular basis, but you never know. You know, we're in the middle of cutting for Banff. Fantastic project that we're going to do. Daniel is actually cutting downstairs as we speak because there's a lot of cutting to be done, but it's going to be fun. So, but today we're going to have some fun as well. I'm going to be experimenting with different powders. I don't know if you saw the live I did. Where did I put that? Was that this one? Yeah. This one where I colored using, that was mainly this one. No, that one. Colored using some powders. I'm going to be experimenting with those now because they're on my desk. But I also grabbed some other ones that we're going to be playing with, and those are by Nouveau, the shimmer powders. I love those as well. And of course, I love the paper artsy ones, but I'm not going to be playing with those. I'm going to challenge myself to be playing with other things to see where we're going. And I might be decorating a journal page. I might make some cards. I don't know yet. We're just going to play and experiment together. Hi, Aletta. Hi, Didi. Hi, Vilma. So, yeah, we're just going to play and have some fun. Everything seems to be running fine, so let's switch the cameras around. Hi there, you see my hands. Let's put picture on so I can see you guys. Okay, let's start. Blank sheet of watercolor paper in this case, and we're going to be playing with that. Hi Joke, hi Chantal. And I'm going to start with these ones, the Lindy's Magical Shakers. Yeah, let's just play with those. So I'm going to put some on my paper. These are like salt and pepper shakers. Fun stuff. I'm going to do different techniques with this stuff, because why not? So I'm doing two colors, and now it doesn't look like much. But when you spritz water on those, they really come to life. Hi Femke. So I'm just going to spritz a little bit of water, and then I'm going to take this beautiful stamp, the flower stamp from my last release, and stamp that on there. Really press that on. Now let's see, has that done anything? Yes, but not much. Okay. But I've got stuff on here now, and that was the point. So I'm spritzing that with water. And I'm going to place that onto a clean sheet of paper. It does do something, it gave some texture, but I'm just going to use this for something else. So I'm just going to continue spritzing this a bit to bring those powders to life. I want a bit more of that green. Hi Angela, welcome. So I nearly said, this is David for Elizabeth Craft Designs, but it's not for Elizabeth Craft Designs, but that's been what I've been doing the last couple of months. So I don't want this bit, so I'm just gonna take a paper towel, take that off. This is beautiful. I like that. Subtle, but I like it. So, let me see. Just gonna spritz that a bit with water, just to make it a bit more runny. And then I'm gonna dry this. So when it's pooling, it becomes a bit muddy as well. So, I'm drying them both. Be safe, Belinda, that's way more important. Oh, I missed a question from Aletta. What did I miss? For some reason I'm not seeing the question. But look, this is beautiful, it's shiny, it's fun. So, what I'm going to do now, clean this. And as I said, I'm just experimenting, guys. I'm not really, I don't have a solid plan. Now I'm going to stamp on there using, let's try, because I don't want to use black. This could be an option, but it's, I think I'm going to use this. Yeah, I saw that, Stephanie. Thank you. There are different ways of doing it. You can wet the paper first, or you can sprinkle it on and then spray it. I saw you had a nice holiday, Stephanie. You're back now, right? So, that didn't stamp correct. Bummer. User error. Probably not dry enough. No, it's still wettish. So let's see if I can. I'll probably ruin it now. But we'll see. If I ruin it, I'll just make another one. Yeah, there we go. Going in a bin. Right, start again. I'll do it more quickly now. Make sure it's dry when you stamp. Lesson learned. Lesson learned. So, let's do a bit more. There we go. That's that one. Nice. Well, glad you enjoyed it. Hi, Jacqueline. Good to see you. Just for your information, Jacqueline, I've put Daniel to work. He's downstairs cutting for Banff. So You know my rule, right? When something's missing in the kit, blame him. So, this one's going to be better anyway. You know what? I'm just going to stamp this one in there and create another one. Are you Wendy? Good, 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 good. Well, what I just said to Jacqueline goes for you as well. There we go. Here now I've got two, so that's fine. And this one I will just dry. I'm selectively now activating some crystals that are still on there. There we go. This happens, guys. I know a lot of you say, oh, I couldn't do that because what if it goes wrong? Well, you see, it goes wrong and you throw it in the bin. Nothing wrong with that. Oh, Banff is going to be fantastic. You'll love it. I've seen the projects that everybody's making. Well, not everybody. I saw Angelica's and I saw Annette's. Which Lindy's? These are Rosewood Rouge and Smudge the Sage. And these are from a set that is called Magical Shaker Set Gypsy Vibes. Okay, nice and dry. Gonna get my stamping mat out. There we go. And do that again. What I'm gonna do though, because I noticed some of the black came with it. Don't want that, so I'm going to quickly clean my stamp with some alcohol. Make sure the black is no longer on there. There we go. And now I'm going to stamp this one on there. And I need this to be perfect. You're welcome, Wendy. So I'm just pushing it down now, giving it time to adhere. That's what I always say. Give your ink time to sink into the paper. But when you're live, well, when I'm live, I'm rushing. So there we go. That's beautiful. Love that. Okay. Put this to the side here. Next, what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut this one out. So this stamp comes with a matching die. And I'm going to position that so that I cut out the flower. There's some bits and bobs in here. There we go. There we go. I think I've got it. And I'm going to cut that out. I need this piece, I think. I'm not sure yet, but let's keep that. And this piece I need. I might decide not to use them, but so we're going to use this as well, and we're going to use this. So look at that. The shine on this is really cool. I just love the grungy effect this has. So we're going to use this one later. I'm going to finish this one first. So I've got a card base here. Will it fit on this one? Yes, it will. This is not a card base. I've got a card base here. Yes, that will fit. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this to size. Now, do I have my ruler here? Yes. Just want to make sure I cut it to the right size. So that would be somewhere here, inside that. And 10.5 would be there. And what I'm doing is I'm sort of eyeballing, is this in the center? There we go. Then I'm going to take my cutter and I'm going to trim this to size. Just a hair more. There we go. I'm not one for measuring, you know that, but I might do this side first now. I did make a mark, right? Where is it? Let's do this side then. Oh, there it is. Yes, found it. You might be wondering, what is this guy gonna do? But it all makes sense in a second. I'm not blaming you because I wondered that myself 9 out of 10 times. So now what I'm going to do is see whether I had my measurements correct, and I didn't. How did that happen? Welcome to my world. I can't measure. You know that. So how's everybody doing? Fall is slowly creeping in despite the higher temperatures. That's better. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp again using black. Where did I put my black? Well, you know, brown is fine as well. Oh, here's my black. Exactly, Femke. So, You know what? I'm not going to do it like this because I know myself. That's going to be a fail. So I'm going to stamp this on here. Oh, nice. It's nice weather for that. Let's do that again. The flower needs to be spot on. The rest isn't important. There we go. Beautiful. That's what I want. Scissors. So I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to cut this off. This off. So it's smaller than this part. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this like that. That's the plan. So let's see if my glue wants to cooperate. No, of course not. It's also, my craft room is still boiling hot. No, that was another reason why I wasn't in here a lot. Oh no, I'm still in summer mood. I probably will be in summer mood until, well, the end of October. Sorry, the end of September. Somewhere around that. Going on holiday in September, and then when I'm back, it's full on fall. So, now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this up so we don't see any of the script. That's why I've used a lot of glue. Because that's how I designed this stamp. So there's a little white border all around so you don't see the script. So you can cut out just the flower. Now I need tweezers and some glue again. And this is going to go there. I can do Christmas all year, to be honest. I love Christmas. But having said that, I'm happy that I did not have a Christmas in July this year. It's the first year since I'm a designer that I do not do Christmas in July, and I was happy with that. It was actually my own suggestion. I'm not going to say I'm not going to do Christmas this year, because I am, but just not in July. There we go. How cool is that? I love that. So let's turn this into a card. I just might trim off the sides a bit. Now that I've got the measurements done, just a tiny bit from there and a tiny bit from there. Now what you can also do is put some tape behind the top layer so you raise it up a bit. In this case I didn't want that because of all the loose bits that were on there. There we go. I like that. That's going to go on there. Forgetting to ink the edges. So I'm just going to take my black ink pad and run that around like so. And you will hardly see it, but it will make it stand out. I like the heat as well. I am absolutely loving heat. But each to their own, right? Ah. That's what you get for not letting it dry, David. There we go. That's on there. Now let's do I like this one. And it's a good day. I mean, it doesn't really matter. But it's a good day. You can use for birthdays. You can do it as a thank you card. You can use it for anything. I'm going to put that there. And that's the first card done. Simple, but I love it. Okay, what do you think? I like it. Cool. Moving on to this one. Now I've got two to choose from, so that's good. I'm going to use this one. Thank you, guys. So what I'm going to do here, remember this one that we just cut out? Oh, that's hot, Terry. That is hot. So this one is going to go here. So that's going to be fairly simple. Now, if I measure this one, I know what size to cut it, right? Let's be smart, David. So let's cut this. Thank you. Will that fit? Let me check. It will if I cut this down a bit. Perfect. So, this is going to be the second card. But before I finish that, I will do another technique which I wanted to try. So I'll put this to the side for now. Ready to go. Because another technique that I wanted to try involves a stencil. This one. Some paper, watercolor paper, and I'm going to put this stencil like so. Then I need my dauber and my Versamark. I'm loading up that dauber with the Versamark. Don't need this. You can go there. And I'm just going to press that through the stencil. They were very simple. It was just using pigment powders. So for this technique I'm going to try the Nouveaux. Making sure there's a good layer of that Versamark on there. There we go. Is that enough? It should be enough. Again, perfection is overrated, right? And I'm going to use some lilac. Now the idea is that this sticks to the Versamark, because that's a very sticky ink, right? This one is, if I can close it, called Shimmer Powder Golden Sparkler. This one is Lunar Rocket, so I'm going to go in a different color scheme. Did the pink for Femke, and now I'm back to grunge. Okay, then what I'm going to do is take a clean brush. This is a soft one, and I'm just going to spread this powder all around. Then it will really stick to the Versamark. So it has a nice shimmer to it. And then I'm going to spritz that. And then the magic happens. I think that's magical. So, get my piece of paper towel, just dab off the excess. And take my heat tool and dry this. I like the drippies, so I'm just holding it up. This looks cool, right? I love this. Cheesy pen. Is that cheesy bread? Sounds good. Well, that spreading it with a paintbrush only works if you've got something to stick it on. It's really cool. You see the shimmer. It's beautiful with these Nouveau powders. So now I've got a beautiful background. And this is a perfect background for if you want to make paper flowers or something. I don't mind. I'm going to cut this to size to fit a slimline. So this one is, let me just measure this one, about slightly over 10. So let's do that this way. slightly under 10, just so I have a little border. And take a tiny bit from the top and a tiny bit from the bottom, and then measure. I love cheese, just not blue cheese. A bit more from this side. Yep, that's pretty. Okay. Now these techniques you can use for ATC cards, you can use for journal pages, you can use for anything. In this case I'm using it for cards. Just because I felt like making cards. It's because that's been a long time. So, scorched timber. In this case I want scorched timber because I want that smoky edge. So I'm coming in a bit more, you see. Now you can matte this, put it on a matte layer. I'm not gonna, but you could, most definitely. Just putting enough glue behind there so it grabs a hold and makes it flat. Just putting my blocks on there. Oh, bumped my camera and lost the signal for a moment, but we're back. So, I love this on its own. This could be a perfect card for me, just with a saying on it. That one's too wide. Live, love, grow. There you go. Maybe put some sparkles here in the centers, which I've lost. How do you lose sparkles? But hey, I've lost them. So that is... No, I'm happy. I'm concentrating. I'm concentrating. There we go. There we go. That's that. I think this is pretty there. So let's do that. That's that one. Done. I love it. It's still my style. It's still grungy. But yeah, let's finish this one. You're going to go on there. Thank you, Angela. I think my glue is nearly done. I need to fill it. Then it's working. It is working. There we go. So, just goes to show that this collection in the gardens also beautiful for card making and those kind of things. What am I looking for? I want foam pads. Why am I throwing everything on the floor? I don't know. I've only got these big ones, but we'll see. We'll see how far we get. So I want to raise this up a bit. If you don't have small ones, cut them in half. Right? Thank you, Susanna. Take a bit off here and put that there. There we go. So now I've got that all covered. Let's peel this off. Maybe the slugs ate my happiness. I was not happy with the slugs because they attacked my dahlias. I had that how do you say that? I've beaten them before, and then today I came and they were all over the dahlias again. Arr. So I really hate slugs. So let's put this one on here. That's fun. I think it's fun to have that raised element on there. And let's have a saying. This one. Plant, dream, grow. And I'm putting it there, so I need to put some foamies here. And then some glue there, and then that should work. Just going to trim off a tiny bit from the bottom there. Right, Femke, why don't they like wheat? Tried that. Tried eggshells, tried saucer of beer. They are being very resilient. But hey, it comes with gardening, right? So, there's another one. So I hope you liked it. It was a fun experimenting live, so not real big projects, but I do like what came out of it, right? I mean, I think these are pretty cards. So, yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you like it as well, and if you haven't done so yet, subscribe to my channel. But I think the majority of the people who are there live now are subscribed. And then you don't miss out on any of the fun. So let me switch the cameras around so I can say a proper goodbye to you all. That was it for today, guys. I hope you loved it. I loved being live again, and I will be back. Keep an eye out for some fun videos that are coming, and yeah, I wish you a wonderful day, evening, morning, wherever you are. Thank you for joining me tonight, and I'll see you soon. Bye.